The best of Money Matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hongbin Jeong. In today's rapidly evolving workforce, many older workers face significant challenges. Despite years of experience, long-term unemployment and ageism remain persistent barriers, leaving many capable professionals struggling to stay relevant in a digital-first economy. Gex Academy, a subsidiary of Gex Ventures, is addressing this gap by equipping learners, many in their 40s, 50s, and even 70s, with practical income-generating digital skills. Through programs like their TikTok live streaming course, Gex Academy empowers students to monetize their knowledge, build confidence, and navigate the modern marketplace with real-world results rather than just certificates. The Academy's mission is to create meaningful opportunities for those who might otherwise be overlooked, helping them thrive in a competitive and ever-changing job landscape. And to share more about how Gex Academy is helping older workers unlock new skills, generate income, and regain confidence in their professional journeys, joining us today is Dr. Patrick Liew, CEO of Gex Ventures.
Hi, thank you very much for having me on the air.
All right. Well, we read that your father faced struggles finding work due to a lack of education, and that experience has deeply shaped your journey. How did those early experiences influence your vision and passion for setting up Gex Academy?
You see, I grew up in poverty, grew up among the poorest of the poor. And so at a very young age, I always wanted to be a social worker. I became an entrepreneur, but even as an entrepreneur, I used my business resources to start, incubate, and also grow charities. And then subsequently, I realized I can help a lot more ordinary people to improve their lifestyle, improve their livelihoods, if we teach them how to manage their finances, how to start their own business, whether it's on a part-time or full-time basis.
Well, as you mentioned, you've built multiple successful companies before this. What inspired you to focus on education and digital upskilling at this stage of your career?
I have listed 3 companies in my lifetime. First company in NYSE, second company ASX, third company SGX. And in the process of doing that, I realized that a lot of people don't understand financial literacy skills. And I also realized that a lot of people were not trained on how to become entrepreneurs. And in the true sense of the word, everybody should be an entrepreneur. So when I sold my public listed company, I realized there is one gap there. More importantly is that I realized that in the disruptive world, a lot of people may be laid off because of technology. I was involved with a study for the Singapore government to study the future of the global economy. And one of the studies that I saw was that 60% of jobs will be disrupted by 2030. And that's exactly the same study that was found by SkillsFuture. They realized that digital skill is one of the most important skills. And that's the reason why we started Gex Academy, to help people to improve their digital skills so that they can find better jobs, earn higher income, and be able to improve their livelihoods and lifestyles.
So this leads us to Gex Academy, which you created as a solution to these challenges. So tell us more about Gex Academy. What does it offer, and how does it help people overcome the barriers they face in today's workforce?
Okay, we all know that training is very limited. You go through a lot of training and you forget what you've learned. And so we wanted something that is a lot more pragmatic, a lot more on. So we offered 4 very distinctive and unique services to our students. First of all, they can come back to a course again and again free of charge. So they can continue to upgrade themselves. Secondly, we also make sure that we give them our email, so that if they face any problem, any challenges, they can write to us and we can help them. And we're helping a lot of our students, especially in the area of finding jobs, going for job interviews. And then we also have a lifelong mentorship program where they come to my office once every week. And then it's called I Do, We Do, You Do program, where we do it for them, show it to them. Then we do it together with them, and then they do it in front of us, and we do it until they can generate good results and they can generate income from there. And of course, we also put them in a WhatsApp community so that whenever they have any problems, any questions, any doubts, they put it on WhatsApp, and our trainer and our students will also continue to support them. So by walking this journey together, we have seen a lot better achievement, a lot better results.
Amazing. Well, one signature offerings that also caught my eye is the TikTok live streaming course, which has rapidly become a key avenue for e-commerce. So why did you choose TikTok live streaming as a focus, and how does mastering the skill help students start generating income quickly?
Okay, we went to China 3 or 4 times every year for the last few years, and then we realized that China is way more advanced than us in Singapore and many parts of the world. In China, many consumers don't go to a shop, supermarkets, or shopping mall to buy their things. They buy from live streamers. And the interesting thing is that these products are being delivered to the consumers door to door at a cheaper price, and the products are guaranteed, and they make sure that they provide even better services. So we believe that such a service will come into Singapore. It is already happening. During the pandemic, many people are ordering online. They understand what it means to participate in e-commerce program. And there's a study being shown that the entire market for live streaming market in Singapore is worth $1.2 billion. And the interesting thing is that anybody can do it, no matter how old you are. All you need is one phone, a TikTok app, and then you can start your business. You don't have to pay for salary. You don't have to pay for rental. And you can reach out to consumers not only in Singapore, in the region, but all over the world. And we saw that this is an opportunity that can help even the seniors. Because when you're old, senior like me, have some physical limitations, and that's something they can do very, very well. And I think consumers appreciate people like that because they are sincere, they're more service-oriented, and they're willing to build positive relationship with the consumers.
Okay, so I'm interested. What exactly do you teach during these TikTok live streaming courses?
Okay, we start from the basic fundamentals. We teach them how to set up an online shop. And this is something that's required in almost every business, every retail business, every organization. Then we teach them something called affiliate marketing. That means we help companies, solopreneurs, so that they can connect with service providers and other potential partners. Then we teach them digital marketing, including TikTok marketing, and we also teach them how to negotiate with suppliers and consumers. So by giving them the fundamentals, they will be in a much better position when they do live streaming. So by doing live streaming, we ensure that we give them all the support and services so they can start doing their business part-time or full-time from day number one.
Amazing. I mean, many of your learners are in their 40s, 50s, and even 70s, a group often overlooked by traditional digital courses. So why did you decide to focus on this age group specifically? What unique strengths do they bring to the evolving work landscape?
I think we know that anybody above 40 years old are very vulnerable in the job market. Many of them don't have the skills to be able to respond to the disruptive nature of digital technology. And of course, there's a lot of biasness against the seniors. And I want to just make one clarification. It does not mean that just because somebody is old, they cannot learn digital skills. They can be properly trained, coached, guided, and learn digital skills. I've seen it with my own eyes. Last weekend, we have somebody who's 88 years old who joined us, and our oldest student is 91 years old.
Wow.
So I believe that even seniors can learn digital skills. And a lot of these people either going to be out of job or vulnerable because they are worried that they will lose their jobs. Some of them are forced to retire. And we all know this. I did a course in Harvard Medical School this year. And when you are aging, if you're not actively aging, it will affect your health. And so by giving them a way to generate income and build relationship and be able to connect to the world, they have something to look forward to. They have movement. They use their brain. They'll live a healthier life. They'll be an asset to the society, asset to a family, asset to the community.
Definitely. I mean, there is this misconception, right, where people think that the older groups, they wouldn't, be keen to learn these digital first kind of skills. But what you've mentioned, you have 90-year-olds learning and seeking more help. So how do you help these learners navigate the challenges of a fast-moving digital space? Any support systems you put in place to ensure their success?
Okay, first of all, in our program, it is not like normal monologue session. We teach them, and then we practice with them. We make it very practical, very hands-on. And then subsequently, after the program, if they forget anything, they can come back and still go through the program. And then when it comes for our lifetime mentorship program, we make sure that we do it for them word by word, step by step, action by action. So it's almost like the good old days when somebody teach you how to be a cobbler. You can't learn in a classroom. You get this older sifu who will show you how to do it, and you watch him, and you do it together with him, and then eventually you do it. He watch over you and make sure you do it. So it's exactly what we are trying to do now by mentoring them word by word, step by step, action by action. Some of them will learn a lot faster. But some of them were a bit slower. But eventually, if we meet them week after week after week, within 1 to 3 months, we know that they can do the job, they can do live streaming, and they can generate income.
Right. Now, looking at the impact of Gex Academy, some of your students' transformations have been remarkable. Let's take Uncle Wong Leong, for example, someone with only a primary 2 education who has achieved extraordinary results. Tell us about Uncle Wong's story and journey.
Okay, those of you who are on TikTok will probably have seen Uncle Wong. Uncle Wong has only finished primary 2 of education, came from a very challenging environment, and he sells cameras for cars. He literally go from door to door, and he has to spend a lot of money promoting his service either through online or through other means. And then he realized increasingly more and more of his customers are buying products online. And he was looking for somebody to help them, and he wasn't very comfortable to go through the normal training, classroom training program, and he found us. And he was very, very happy because we actually sat down with him, guided him, showed him what to do. And today, he's live streaming almost every day, 2 or 3 hours every day. He's got 1,000 over followers every day when he's doing it. And it's not just the fact that he's selling his product, he's generating income. And because he really believes live streaming is a good bridge for him to meet new friends, build relationship, and cultivated friendship. And so as a result of doing that, you can almost see, even though he's senior, you can see him brighten up, and he's found life, so to say. And I want to say this, that when I meet people like that, it gives me the sense of fulfillment and joy that nothing else in the world can give me, to see one life being changed.
Amazing. So, stories like Uncle Wong, So how do they reflect the mission and vision of Gex Academy? What changes have you seen in your students' confidence and skills since they joined Gex Academy?
What's the beautiful thing about it is that not only have these people improved their performance, gotten better results, they come back and help the younger student. I think of a guy like Lucas. Lucas literally lost everything. His wife ran away from him, and he went into depression. He literally was lying on a bed. The mother had to push him out of the house so that he can go for his normal walk. He attended our class, and then he started doing live streaming. And today, within 1 year, he has generated more than 5-figure worth of income. Within 2 years, now he's into his 6-figure. And he come back every week to help the new student. He come back to show them how he did it, how he overcome the challenges, and then he work with them to make sure they achieve the same results. So to me, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. When somebody come back and help the younger ones, their life truly has been changed.
So what is your long-term vision then for Gex Academy and for digital upskilling in Singapore? How do you hope it will shape the future workforce?
At this point in time, we are arguably the largest community of live streamers, and we want to be able to help our current students increase their impacts not only locally but regionally and globally. And we hope that through live streaming, through setting up digital businesses, we can then respond to this tsunami of digital disruption that the experts have been telling us about. I know I'm fighting against time. I'm working very, very hard to make sure that we have many of these students coming back to help even more students. And hopefully when the time comes, we will be able to put food on the table for many families and ensure that people have a better life, a better livelihood.
Amazing. Is there anything else we can look forward to from Gex Academy in terms of new programs or initiatives?
We are constantly in the market looking at how the digital technology is changing, and we're constantly looking for gaps. That's why we're constantly adding new programs. We're constantly seeing how people have performed better than normal. And like I mentioned just now earlier on, that we not only study the Singapore market, we actually go to China 3 or 4 times in a year and then look at what they do, because they have produced literally many millionaires every year now.
Right.
A lot of their live streamers are taking over the retail business. The retail business is $1 trillion business. And I think that sort of a trend will come into Singapore. And we hope to be able to help a lot more Singaporeans and even people outside of the shores of Singapore. And then hopefully we're not just the biggest community of live streamers in Singapore, but also within the region and all over the world too.
Right. So for someone tuning in right now and they would be interested in joining your academy, where can they find you?
Okay, just Google Gex Ventures or Gex Academy. We have website, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook, we're on literally all the social media platforms. This is what we do for a living, this is what we do for life. My name is Dr. Patrick Liew, Liew. I'm also on TikTok. I've got 45,000 followers. In my TikTok account, I don't sell anything. It's not for commercial purposes. I use the platform to make new friends, and I teach people how to have stronger financial intelligence, how to be able to build businesses, how to have a better life.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Liew, for joining me today. That was Dr. Patrick Liew, CEO of Gex Ventures. This has been The Right Business with me, Hongbin Jeong.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.